Hello and welcome back to Valorant Division 1. We're here with a third place match between the teams of Creighton Prep and Gretna East. We've seen some good stuff so far on the map split from both teams. Gretna seemingly favoring a very bum rush strategy. I'll stay on 1 point and walk in. But from Prep, we've seen more of a split thing. However, Prep has been very vulnerable to a lot of flanks. So we'll see what's going on. Some star players we've seen so far from the previous matches. Seen a lot from Sweevon's done pretty well.
Focus was a very, very important role for Gretna. And
Juicebox again got a lot of supporting kills from Gretna.
Sweevion was definitely carrying the Creighton during the game against Westside on split.
Interestingly, we see some swap ups here, different comps going out here. Focus previously on the Reyna is going more for the Jet. Again, same that kind of like duelist going for those picks. And then Sweevon, is that Yoru?
Yes,
Yoru. Interesting pick here.
Looks like they only have one duelist this time with 2 sentinels, which is very interesting.
Guess more defensive strategy coming out here from Prep.
Chamber is more mixed between duelist and sentinel, though. Oh, maybe switching to Neon. Both teams have Omens, though. That's not very surprising. He's a very good pick on Haven.
And with the Neon, as we saw last match from Providence on Westside, it enables a lot of aggression, but it's very feast or famine. You either get a bunch of picks or you die first. Yeah. So, looking to go for the more secure Chamber, safer pick from
and Gretna picking 2 initiators instead of another duelist as well. Initiators are more for info or just sort of util to help in team fights. And that's definitely going to help. And they have KJ to watch the flanks this round, whereas last game they were, I'm thinking of Creighton Prep, never mind.
So for this map, Haven, Brendan, what would you say is a common strategy on Haven?
I don't, well, I'm not entirely sure, but rotating is always an option on this map. Since there are 3 maps, it's going to be significantly harder for the defense since they are guarding an extra site compared to most other maps. And attacking, there are usually multiple entrances to site, which makes it even harder for defenders to guard and even easier for attackers to get on site. The exception, of course, being B with only the 1 main entrance. And it looks like we're getting started with,
really peaked from Gretna on focus. Gretna on the defense here. It's got a, Team Flasher, though, on the stage last game, now showing up with some offensive potential on Chamber. But Juicebox looking for some kills on the rotate. A couple from Creighton are low, but can Gretna capitalize on that? It's going to be hard to see here. Again, Creighton Prep doing a big rush onto A, taking the numbers game.
Yeah, that was a very, very early pick. That will be very good for Creighton.
Yeah. Looks like Sova caught alone. Oh my goodness, the kills coming left and right. Just a 1v1 here, down to, and then unlucky from Gretna finishes off the round with a very back and forth defense. What do you think? What caused this, Brennan? What?
I mean, both teams were sort of scattered across site, and Creighton just seemed to sort of be ego peeking a lot, and they weren't really peeking as a team. They only had one person peeking multiple people at a time, and it was just sort of Yeah.
A lot of the pressure from Creighton does come from that Sweevon, but within his unorthodox, to say the least, picks. However, if he's not enabled, Creighton can fall apart quite easily, so we'll see if something is different in this round. Looks like Gretna going for the split defense with Jet and Sova going for a bit of a flank. Merlin down early, though. Omen for Omen. Monkey Boy showing his potential there. And it's just, again, with 2, Team Flash are done, but unlucky Sweevon trades for unlucky. It's now a 4v3 in favor of Gretna. However, Trumu evens it out, taking down Juicebox, one of Gretna's top fraggers. However, both top fraggers are still alive. You have Focus and Sweevon on both teams. Focus playing a bit on his own, while looks like we have Jerry, a sub-in. We have not seen him so far.
Cypher and Yoru are very low on
Take flight.
Creighton.
Sure. Looks like they're just holding angles, but is this Suivon trying to no. Focus walks in. Ghost takes him out, but Monkey Boy again. Is that Monkey Boy 4 this round? Oh my, and Monkey, oh wow. Just denied the ace by Jerry. Monkey Boy clutching that up there. 5 kills, only 2 rounds in. You have to say, we didn't see too much from Monkey Boy now, but he's clearly showing his colors on this Omen-based map.
Yeah, for sure. Omen's a very good pick on Haven. There's so many things you can do with his utility. His smokes are very good with a lot of the longer corridors, and it's very good for just isolating off areas. And the rest of his util is good as well, but I feel like the smokes are the main part of his util.
Oh yes, gotta say, Monkey Boy got some integral early picks there, and then finished it off with another 2. So now, if you are Creighton Prep, you gotta think, how are you gonna stop yourself from getting into these positions where you're exposed to flanks, where you're exposed to cross angles?
Yeah, the Sentinels, they haven't really run into any challenges yet. Doesn't seem like anyone's trying to flank yet, but that could change.
Focus with 2! Wow, just accelerating that momentum there, just around the corner. They just weren't ready for it. He does go down. But a good trade here for Gretna, 2 for 1, and while they are down their top duelist, Gretna just needs to finish off the advantage here, especially because they've not planted. Looks like we get some util coming out.
Lots of util being invested on site.
Prep's still very adamant about pushing this. However, Team Flasher, oh, nice kill from Jerry from Flasher. That does even things up a bit. 3v3, and the spike is planted, turning it in turn of Prep. However, can they finish it off is the question. Gretna's got to stop them from setting up on the angles here, but it's looking that's going to be hard to ask. But Ghost takes down Unlucky, 2v2. But Juicebox takes down Ghost. It just trades back and forth. 2 versus 1 in favor of Gretna. Will they get the defuse? Yes, they will. Juicebox taking down Flasher, so Monkey Boy can defuse.
Like I said, the Omen, a very good pick on this map. The smokes just sort of blocking sight from the spike, making it easier to defuse. That's Gretna with another round.
Gretna, yes. Gretna is up 3 points now. Now they have the eco and the momentum to snowball this greatly. Prep has got to think of an answer here. Like, Gretna keeps thinking of new ways to be cheeky.
Yeah, and Monkey Boy still top frag for Gretna, and Team Flasher getting more kills on his team than the rest.
I think a lot of it has to do with the strength of the Omens and the strength of the util coming out.
You want to play? Merlin sort of seems to be struggling.
Ooh, Focus again! Oh my god, Focus is leaving no survivors here. Monkey Boy does die for it, but which may hurt later in the round having no Omen for util. But Focus, they do have extreme numbers versus 4v2, so it may not matter. Focus still lurking on the angle here. In fact, it's all stacking on 1. But it looks like Prep is opting to split with, ooh, Chamber. Look at that. He's looking for a greedy kill here, but those long angles may not pay off because it looks like, yeah, no one's peeking, and Prep's the one who's got to make the moves here. Gretna can just wait this out and win the game, but Prep's got to make something happen and fast. They only have a minute left, and they have to even out the odds if we're going to have any chance of planting. Ooh!
Suivon getting one with the Frenzy, which is very good. He now has a rifle and can fight these better.
It's a nice tap there. Chamber's kind of stuck. Ooh, nice flick onto Focus. And they pick up the spike. Focus does go down, and it's 2v1, but Prep is showing signs of life here. With the spike, Chamber has to figure out which point he's wanting to go to here. He's got 30 seconds to decide, and he's got 2 people to kill to do it. It's really a David and Goliath here. But if this will inspire tons of momentum in Prep if they can get this plant off somehow in some way.
Their eco's looking pretty sad, but if they can get this, that may be a big help, and they may be able to buy rifles for the next round.
Just running it to A, but I don't even know if he can make it to plan. He's on the very edge of the point. He gets it, but ooh, he's about to. Ooh, Juicebox getting aggro on him. Chambers has to play very scared here.
His op is not as good at tight angles, but he gets one.
But now Unlucky has to defuse here. It's very scary in a 1v1 scenario to put that pressure on, because now Team Flasher, the Chamber, knows exactly where he is. Can he get it? Ooh, gets the TP away. But now Unlucky is free defuse. Halfway defuse.
Can Unlucky get spike defuse? She just needs to stick it. He just needs to stick it.
Killjoy's got to do something here. Chambers got to peek and get Killjoy before it defuse. Oh!
Unlucky gets it.
Very, very close match. One of the most competitive so far. Unfortunately, the numbers advantage was too hard to overcome as Chamber just didn't have any eco, didn't have any health left after taking down all those people, and Killjoy was able to get it easily with the defusal location.
Yeah. The op isn't as effective at tight corners, but it's still definitely viable. And Team Flasher showing that very well. But I feel like they sort of got too many of them got picked off in the beginning, and it just sort of became a very, very uphill battle.
Yes, and now you got to see coming off of that such an intense clutch from Gretna. You got to wonder if they will use this mental momentum to keep bringing them towards these round victories. 4 points ahead already. Going for a bum rush on A, but focus with the ultimate. Again, for those greedy kills, but no one's here. No one's here to respond.
He's free to flank, but he knows they're going to have util there, so he decides against it. Unlucky is almost alone on site with Omen.
Team Flasher down. Monkey Boy alone.
Unlucky getting flashed and killed by Sweevion.
4v4 on each team.
Gets spotted. Sova using the Aldrin.
Oh my gosh, kills upon kills here. Just 1v1, 2v1, oh, 2v, and with that, swiftly and a little bit confusingly, Creighton Prep takes the first round. That was just a mess. That's what happens when you have 5 upon 5 all in one site. It just kind of collapses upon itself, so.
Yeah, we can see the double initiator. Oh, wait. Yes, the double initiator on Gretna is really paying off. They have plenty of info to go with, and they're winning these team fights.
If I'm focused here, if I'm from Gretna, I may be thinking about, is my hyper-aggressive strategy still working? Because we saw the hyper-aggression last time left Gretna in a 4v5 for the majority of that point, so.
It definitely is, and you can see him just sort of playing on his own, playing for picks. He's been getting quite a few picks, and it's really been helping out his team.
But in that case, you take a 5v1 and then you're dead, and now you're down 3-5. So that is the danger of flanking or going for solo angles into those 5 stacks. So Monkey Boy down to 5 HP. The Team Flasher getting a plant.
That does have the ultimate advantage, though.
Yeah, but how much does that matter when you're down so much? 2 versus 4. There are signs of life. Merlin from Prep, going for the last kill. And then Juicebox, though, takes down Merlin. But it's a 1v3 for him. He walks into the smoke and Chambers right there, Team Flasher.
Team
finishing
Flasher's
off
waiting
Juicebox.
for him inside the smoke.
You know, from relatively close to easy Gretna wins, it's surprising to see Prep take it back so readily in these past 2 rounds. It looks like
Unlucky
Gretna
calling a timeout.
Gretna is attempting to not accelerate that momentum. This is a common tactic used in a lot of sports, such as volleyball and football. When your teammate's ahead, when they're starting to come back, you want to ice them. You want to take them out of the game, take them out of the fight, get in their head, and that's exactly what Gretna seems like to be doing. Like I said earlier, I think in order for Gretna to get away, they're gonna have to stop with that turbo jet aggression.
Yeah, with these few preps that Prep wins. With the few wins that Prep has been getting, they now have the ultimate advantage with Omen, Yoru, and KO versus the Silva and Omen. But they also have enough money to buy for this round. They have 5 rifles against Gretna that barely has enough money for even a good gun and shields. But it's still possible for Gretna to pull through. It's just going to be very challenging against more ults and better weaponry. This is definitely going to be their save round, though. After that, they will have enough money. That's when they will have the chance to come back.
All right, Gretna with that mental reset now. Probably got a new plan, new strategy. We'll see if that ends up in a point for them and a halting of Prep's momentum. But all we can do is see. Gretna has to be careful about the superior eco now of Prep, and they got to respect that. But Unlucky, with a Marshall.
Hits Sweevion before the ult finally hits. You can see the one-ways I was talking about earlier with the Omen.
Unlucky dead. Sweevion Monkey Boy takes down Merlin, though, even 4v4. Ults and eco coming out from both sides. Focused on the C point, but it looks like Gretna's getting a little stuck in this corner here, while Prep is taking some good angles. So, yeah, if they can get the plant off, looks like Ghost is going for it. Yeah. Gretna might have a bit of a trouble, even with even numbers, unpacking this.
Yeah, Cypher playing on site, which is really good for info. Valorant is all about info. Whoever has more info wins the game.
Okay, so it's just focus. Wow.
Trumu getting 3 this round.
All right.
The same old tricks.
Yeah, it was that was definitely another good win for Prep. They really need these. Monkey Boy's definitely taking the lead for frags on Gretna, but Suevion and Trumo are taking the lead on Prep, and nobody's really leading, so that could be good, could be bad. It's better, in my opinion, it's better to have more consistency between the teammates.
Yeah, I agree. Like, having all your eggs in one basket is a little rough for Gretna, because if that player goes down, then you're at an inherent disadvantage no matter what. Ooh, looks like we have Omen getting rushed on A, being very much forced back by Prep's attack here. But it looks like they have a Yoryu, their best player, Suevion, lingering behind, going for that aggro pick, and he dies to Juicebox, which was on that angle, really sniffed him out there, feeling the flank. Now it's a 5v4 for Gretna. They'll get a position, and then it's a 3v4. Monkey Boy taking out Ghost, really showing the power of taking superior angles of your opponents and splitting up here. Focus taking down Team Flasher, going for the aggro. Can he get it on Omen? Yes, he can, with help of Juicebox. And with that, it's pretty much cleanly over. See if Gretna here can get a flawless. Whatever they did in that break seems to be working now. Maybe took a round to shoot in, but yeah, it looks like that Cypher is staying back, trying to keep his eco more than anything.
Yeah, definitely trying to keep the gun so that they can have better weaponry for the next round. But yeah, they one of Suevion playing back definitely hurt the team. He got picked out early, and that just sort of turned it into a 4v5 with players flanking. It was just very difficult to sort of maintain control.
Oh yeah, and now it looks like Gretna's opting for that mid-split here, putting a lot of emphasis on B, but A is left relatively bare, and we'll see if Creighton Prep can capitalize on it. It looks like they are realizing there's less, although we do have 2 now. Prep is indeed looking to push that numbers advantage. All 5 looking maybe to route A with their Yoryu staying behind. Ooh, actually the Chamber as well. Going for an interesting split here, trying to see if they're trying to psych out Creighton Prep and go for a crazy flank kill. Chamber going for, maybe he'll get the Jet. That's not looking like it. Ooh, this is kind of more reduced to a game of chicken here. It looks like they are pushing the A, but Merlin does die for it, so Gretna shuts that down, and now Prep at the numbers disadvantage. They're gonna have to find a different way to break into this egg here. So it looks like maybe they're opting to route towards C. Yeah, like they seem a bit indecisive here. Maybe now it's B. Or maybe they're trying to split. Yeah, it looks like after losing that Merlin, Prep is down, but they do take down Focus, evening it out, but Flasher goes down for it, back to the numbers disadvantage. Jukebox is going crazy here on this angle, and Unlucky takes out Suevion. Even kills all around from Gretna. Everyone's pulling their weight here. Looks like it's just they're getting a good pinch, but Monkey Boys can be flanked here. Nobody wants to really walk into the room, but Unlucky does die for it. And Monkey Boy goes this. Oh, a little too aggressive trying to get that spike play, but Jukebox makes up for it, takes down 2, and gets the defuse.
Yeah, it was sort of unfortunate in the 2v4 where both were stuck on site. There were enemies everywhere, behind, left, right. There was not really much that Creighton could have done there.
Definitely up to superior angles again from Gretna.
And numbers. They were up
and numbers.
It is now 6-3. Gretna's winning, and we only have 3 more rounds until the side switch. Trumu is still leading on the side of Creighton Prep with Suevion close behind, and for Gretna it's Monkey Boy with Juicebox close behind.
Yeah, there's no real frontrunner here. Wow, but you gotta give credit to Juicebox here. Played a bit of a supporting role in our earlier matches, but now he's showing his real good self-control and potential. I feel like Juicebox is a player known for not really taking those ego duels that you see a lot of Valorant players take, so you gotta respect it for that. Silver going for the ult here, trying to see if he can find anyone, and he does! Flasher falls! No more chamber, a lot less pressure on those long angles here, and it looks like Gretna's going for the pinch to finish him off with Killjoy on the flank, but Suivon, he's still alive, maybe he can make some magic happen, but it's not looking like that. Merlin goes down for 5v2, extreme disadvantage, but Trumu's going for the plan. Suivon's dead, and Trumu get the flawless for Gretna. Very clean gameplay there all around.
Yeah, definitely. Gretna just got some really crucial picks there, and the rest of Prep just sort of got stuck on site. They weren't able to leave, and then they just sort of got picked off from different angles, you know. The pick on Chamber was very unfortunate for them. That sort of lost them a lot of pressure on Garage and C, and it lost them the possible rotate.
Also, notably, focus with the op here, and it's on an op on an angle. It looks like Prep wants to push. We could make some good. Ooh! And with that, this is sniper versus sniper. Flasher goes down before you even knew what happened, and another. He gets 2 with the up. Now, ooh, is that 3 from Focus? Unlucky takes down 1. But Focus undoubtedly got insane value from that operator there. Just very good prediction, and he wants to finish it off with the ult, knowing there's a round. Wow,
Focus
flawless.
Getting 4.
4 from flawless. You really have to help like the strategy there, popping down C.
Yeah, it's a very long angle. It's great for operator, and Jet's just the perfect agent to do it on, with an escape ability, an ability to sort of conceal yourself, which is great for running away. And the pulling out the ult later was a bit questionable with only 1 person left, but it worked perfectly. It got the last kill. I would consider that value. And I think it was Creighton Prep's mistake to just continue pressuring that and continue peeking the operator.
Yeah, maybe a retreat there may have benefited Creighton Prep's favor. Now they're doing the same rush strategy, but it looks like a split down B and A. Gonna get that like dual pressure, but again, Focus has like a lot of pressure. He still has that op. And one-shot body shot is insane. Ghost goes down, and with the help from Jerry, Flasher does as well. But the person with the spike, 9, Yoru, is alone going to see it. And Jerry does go down. So Prep is definitely not out of this. And with Suivon alone with the spike, it's a good opportunity that he may get a plant here, and he's got help from Omen. But Unlucky is looking close to the angle, so he may push when he hears the spike come out. Yeah, it's looking like Unlucky, the Killjoy, wants to walk, but I think he knows he's at the number disadvantage here. With Cypher also coming to help with Omen. Gretna's really got to figure out how to take some angles here to stop to stop Creighton Prep, from getting that pressure. Oh, but Focus, another one. Doesn't matter if you got an op.
Suivon trying to get to ult to get some good info and a good flank, but it just doesn't work out.
Wow, this op is really carrying some heavy weight from Focus.
Yeah. Focus is somehow not in the lead with kills yet, but he's closely trailing Juicebox and Monkey Boy with 15 and 13 kills. Juicebox only has 6 deaths, which is incredible. 13-6 is a 2-point-something KD, and it's really good.
2.2, I think,
2.2.
Or 2.3, around then.
Trumu going 11 and 8. He's the only positive one on his team. He's really getting some good kills, and it's helping his team, but it's just not pulling enough.
I feel like the issue, what's happening with Prep right now and what they need to change is that they're just unready for Gretna's peaks. And Gretna is peaking early and they're peaking unexpectedly, and that Prep has no answer to that, and then they're losing 2, 3, like 1 or 2 to 3, like so early, and that just allows Gretna to just snowball off that momentum here. We might see the same. Yep, exactly. Flasher, again, with that early kill. Prep just wasn't expecting anyone on that angle, which is odd because they've had someone on that angle for 3 fights now. But now we're try to see an attempted flank from the Sover, trying to maybe even out this kill advantage. And Trumu, oh, he does fall, unfortunately. But it's 3v4 in favor of Prep, actually. So yeah, whoa. And the defenders won that pretty readily. A bit of a mix-up from what we saw earlier. Maybe now that Prep is on the defense, you think they maybe have a better strat figured out?
Not really. remember, this map is very good for attackers just because there's always the chance to rotate, and we saw that multiple times. And there's 3 sites for the defenders to defend, and that means if you need someone watching the site at all times, and they go to one site, you may have 2 people rotate over, and then 1 person watching the other 2 sites, but that means another person that's another person that's just not watching the site that they're on.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like there was too much stacking from Gretna, but ooh, a hard rush down into B. They're kind of encapsulating themselves. Whoa, Trumu definitely capitalizes on that. He's not a fan of the close quarters combat. He's taken out 2 almost immediately. But can he find more? Wow. Well, that was fast.
That was a very quick round, and it was just all because of Trumu. Those 2 picks were crucial, and Cypher's a very good info agent, and he got the info because someone walked into his tripwire, and that was the end of them. You walk into that, they can see where you are, like exactly, and it's over. They can spray you through walls too.
Exactly, yeah, it just really shows how important utility is in Valorant. It's not just a run and gun. You really have to be careful about your abilities and your usage of those, because if you mess up or if you don't use them right, well, then there's a big possibility that Gretna could have come back from that.
It was also Prep's fault here because they jet dashed in, didn't run into it, but the rest just followed immediately, assuming it wasn't there.
Merlin from Prep on a 2v1 right now. Let's see if he does get the blind off. Did he get 2? Whoa! With a 2v1, what great momentum this brings out for Prep. Trumu shooting box with Jukebox, and Trumu does go down 2 unlucky. Unlucky dies again, but 1v4, just focus left from the side of Gretna. Wow. 3 rounds in a row from Prep. If you're a Gretna, you're thinking, oh, maybe shouldn't use that timeout so early. But yeah, looks like they're going for another one here.
Ooh, that's a timeout coming from
Gretna.
Because
that's very smart. They've gone 3 rounds in a row. Creighton Prep has gotten some great plays coming here, and they're really showing what they're made of here, that they're not going to go down without a fight. So yeah, definitely necessary timeout.
Trumu's taking the lead on kills for Creighton Prep, with Suevion and Team Flasher tied behind with 11. But they are both, their deaths are catching up with 10 and 11 deaths. And Monkey Boy still in the lead with 15 kills, Focus behind with 13, tied with Juicebox with 13. But you can see here that the eco for Gretna is just not good. It's not going to work. It's not going to help them through this round. They have to save this round, and it's possible to win save rounds. We have seen that before, but it's just not going to be easy, and especially with Prep on the op and on the chamber, it's just going to be so hard to outplay, because he's going to be watching that angle. If he misses the shot, he can teleport out and be perfectly safe.
100%. And it looks like Gretna might be mixing up their strategy here, definitely all playing separately and alone here. And then Prep going for more of the split power kind of buddy system here, still going for those crazy picks. Ooh, Yoru on the crazy flank. But it looks like, yeah, he opts to not actually go with that, which is probably this wise idea. He would have been taking a 2v1. Team Flasher trying to pull a page out of Focus's book, going with that opt down C, see if he can get similar value. It's looking like Gretna wants to peek it. Can he get it? Ooh, unfortunately, the Jukebox does weave it by a little bit, and now it looks like Gretna's deciding not to go down there, and it looks like, ooh, yeah, Jukebox down to 1 HP from that op shot, but he does live, which, even though for better or worse, is still a 5v5. And it looks like they're opting to go down from B here. But Trumu is so close, and so is the KO. Oh, it's all up to Focus here, with Jukebox being so low.
Yeah, with one more holding space in Garage, that may be crucial later in the round.
Ooh, unlucky dies, but so does Ghost. Picks coming out back and forth. Jukebox does go down, 1 HP. Trumu again with another, and another. Wow. And it's 1v3 in the blink of an eye. And it looks like, ooh, Focus does take down 1, but it's 20 seconds left. It's a lot to ask when there's no spike.
Yeah, it's a 2v1, and don't forget the chamber still has the operator, and there it is.
Yeah, I really see the strength of that operator. Wow, Creighton Prep is fighting here from 9-3 to 9-7. Yeah, wow. Now a timeout from the defenders, a timeout from Prep. Now this is interesting.
Yeah, Op is very, very good on agents like Reyna, Jet, Chamber, just because they all have escape abilities. Reyna's slightly worse because you have to get a kill with it first. But she also has the option to heal or dismiss, so she can become invulnerable and slightly faster for a short amount of time. Or she can heal if she's not in any immediate danger. But Jet can just dash out, she can smoke, she can updraft to get to those harder angles to get to, the higher angles to sort of get the kills without getting killed as well, because it's sort of an off angle. And Chamber can do the same with his teleport, and he can pick it up and place it down somewhere else to just teleport to. And he's unable to be killed during this, unless you time it perfectly. But Jet can still be killed in her dash. It's very rare and very hard, but it can happen.
Also, something to note, I have to question that timeout from Prep a little bit. They're just now getting a closing in on the lead of Gretna, and they decide to take a break, and arguably that really can hurt their momentum, unfortunately. But we'll see if that has any effect on their current, what's it, 5-0 run? No, 4-0 run in points. We'll see.
Yeah, we see Focus bringing out the knives here.
Oh yeah, big ult from Jet. Big ult from Jet. But, I don't know. Oh, it doesn't look like... Maybe... We'll see if it gets anything here. It's going to play very risky to vet value. And Trumu, again, taking down 2, eventually going down to Jukebox. But that 3v4 will definitely hurt. Again, but Merlin going down too. Gretna is showing a lot more chance here than they did in other rounds. And Focus still in the ult. Can he get it? Ooh! Chamber does win that duel with the op. And now it's a 2v3 for Gretna, but they do have the spike planted, so it gives them a bit of extra pressure. It's Suivon on the angle, just unlucky left with a 2v1, but the spike's going. He does not have that advantage of being able to camp around the spike. We gotta think, if we're thinking of Prep, who's gonna defuse here? Unlucky, with that, Unlucky is dead, and now we're going to 9-8 from 9-3. Wow, impressive from Prep here. 3 seconds left on that spike, and the defenders have won again.
Prep has now won 3 rounds in a row on the defense. I'm surprised Gretna has not been capitalizing more on the attack with the rotates, but I can understand that it can be hard with the operator, but they should be noticing now that he plays at C almost every round, and they should be able to use that to go A or B and try to avoid it in the early round, so it's significantly easier to get on site.
Yeah, it looks like they may be following your advice, Brennan. Looks like they're going for an A-B split here, completely avoiding that C, knowing the strength of that op and respecting that op. And maybe rotate. Wow, instant trade. Merlin down, but so is Monkey Boy. And Focus and Suivon, instant trades here. But now, for once, the attackers have the advantage for a bit. So Gretna does have that numbers advantage. So we'll see if that ends up in any capitalization here, or if they will lose another cheeky angle from the op, because the operator from the Chamber, from Team Flash, is still definitely in play. And so is Jukebox. Spike has been planted on the side of Gretna. Now they have to defend it. There's no issue getting the spike down, but Gretna keeps wanting to defend it. And there's an even trade, which goes in the favor of Gretna, because now it's a 3 versus 2. Chamber trying to hold that angle with the op, and Killjoy peeks, which he gets from. Now it's a 2v1, though, just Team Flasher with just the op, and they can take, with those close range duels, the op is not gonna make it. So good choice from Focus to take that short range duel.
Yeah, you can see he swapped to the Vandal, but it wasn't very helpful. He was sort of trapped in heaven. Both players knew it, so they just sort of sat there and waited for him to make a move.
And thus ends Prep's 5-round streak, and now Gretna is fighting back again, trying to maintain what lead they have, trying to make sure this game doesn't take longer than it needs to. So if the question if Gretna can maintain this is what will probably decide our winner here in the 3rd place match. Again, Merlin greeting on his own here, but he's looking around to B, and it looks like no one's going C again. That op, respecting that op. Just completely shutting off C as a point. Ooh! Frisky peek from several. Oh, and then he dies for it. And then there's another one. Trumu dead almost instantly. It's a 3 versus 3. But looks like Sioux, Creighton Prep has the advantage in terms of health with Omen only being half HP, but they do have the plant evening out the playing field. Good flank from Merlin. That angle was completely uncovered, and focus goes down. Team Flasher with the op, though. It's a 1 versus 2. Very difficult. And then Jukebox is it, and now we're getting the defuse.
That was a very good flank from Merlin, and
a very impressive flank from Merlin there.
Suivion also had a very good flank in his ult. I believe he got 1 pick.
Yes, exactly. So when in that case, Gretna really suffered from the fact that they lost so many so early, and they just did not have enough people, enough agents to cover those angles properly. And because of that, Prep was able to get behind them and get that flank, and end up resulting them in winning the round despite the plant. So now again, we see the classic chamber on C, but no longer has an operator. Instead has a Vandal going for that shorter range coverage. But it looks like we have more, it looks like they're opting to go C this time. Well, maybe Jet's a little curious about it. Nope, going for more of a B rush. That's 5. Suivon almost gets caught, but it manages to scrape by. But now Team Flasher and Omen, insane. And looks like we got 2 on B, all 3 rushing to try to choke out this chamber, and it works. Chamber is dead. Now C is a free point. Can Prep get this rotate before they plan? I don't think so. So now we have 4 on C for Gretna, and they solidly control this point. Suivon does kill Juicebox on the rotate. Now it's a 4v4, but Gretna does have the advantage of the defense, but Unlucky dies on the angle again. Not proper angle holding from Gretna. They're just losing so many on these flanks, on these angles. Looks like Cypher going, ooh, but Monkey Boy takes down 2. He does pay for it with his life, and the result is, ooh, looks like it might be over. Merlin defusing.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision from the attackers to try and rotate. It was just a very unlucky execute, and the Creighton Prep just sort of started winning the gunfights and the duels, and that sort of...
Prep's not letting them set up here. Prep, as soon as Gretna gets spiked down, Prep is immediately rushing the point and not letting them set up on any angles and defend any angles, and because of that, they're being dismantled. So we got to think here for Gretna, how do we set up those angles faster? How do we set up those angles cleaner? Because now, from 9-3, it is now 10-10. Anyone's game here, tie game, it's back to square one for both teams.
Yeah, it's very close.
Again, going for the same rush that they did last time. Gretna's hoping to get something better out of it, but the question, is Sioux City ready for this? Is Prep ready for this? It says yes, with Trumu down 2. Merlin does die, but Team Flash are trading with the Monkey Boy, and it's, very clean kill. Ooh, a little bit of disrespect there from Prep, but yeah, interesting decision from Gretna.
Yeah, Chamber with the operator doing work again. He got 2 picks that round, and they were very crucial. They were near the end, but it narrowed it down to a 1v however many, and that last pick was too easy for Breach, I believe, because it was Jet with the back to him, and it was very unlucky. But you can see once again that Team Flasher is going C with the op, just like he always does. I think that Gretna should be working more to put this to their advantage.
And for the first time in the match, Creighton Prep is in the lead. Ooh, but wow, an arguably over-aggressive angle from Suivon makes him die to focuses Jet ult. And now, that's all, that is all Prep needs to fight back and take down Juicebox on the solo angle. Again and even, but Focus still in ult here, has a chance to bring out some big kills here. Ooh, but does he, he doesn't know. He's getting a little greedy here, being on his own, while the rest of his team seemingly wants to rotate into C. But using his ult, a nice clean kill onto Team Flasher. There's another on the head, and why still in ult? Oh, it peeks that angle a little too aggressively. Trumu punishes, and while it's even, Gretna is getting the plant, but we know they can plant, but can they defend it? That's the real question here. is we got to set up those angles, and it looks like, again, Prep is trying to rush it before they do get set up, but Gretna's playing a lot more conservative on the site now, taking a lot farther of angles, swinging around the side, but no one's there. They're just playing on the spike, going for the diffuse true move, but there's so many people watching the peek at any time. Sova going for the ult, trying to clear out the angle, trying to stop that defuse from even being an option for South Sioux City. And Gretna peeking through the smoke. Oh, is there someone on the defuse? And it's just Omen. A thrifty from the attackers. And now back to 11-11. It's anyone's game here.
Yeah, definitely. That beginning, those 2 picks were sort of, they were very good for Gretna, but they just didn't put in enough work. I think that Focus just playing on his own is just not gonna work enough.
It did work though. Gretna won the round.
What am I talking about?
But yes, as you can see, like Focus did get traded that round. Though his aggressive playstyle did pay off in that instance.
Yeah.
And as you can see, a little bit of chicken from Swivon and Monkey Boy. And then, but Focus and Monkey Boy team up, take Swivon out. Get very big for Gretna to take out one of the top fraggers in South Sioux City like that. But Team Flasher back on the op, cannot find anyone. Now he's alone on site and is getting triple rushed. And yes, Focus swiftly ends that operator nonsense, going for the plant on C. And while Prep is rotating back onto C to try to get some help here, it's really difficult for them to get any angles as Gretna is setting up long, just like they did last time that worked so well, to try to defend the site more properly. Looks like they know Truemu's here. Monkey Boy is definitely not letting him out without a fight, but Truemu shoots through the smoke. Focus and Monkey Boy down. Even 3v3, but can he get the plant? All of Gretna's playing on that long angle, but it looks like South City's going for a rush with the ultimates. But, it's not, nothing's coming of it. But Ghost is getting the defuse. Gretna's got to do something. Spec Diffuser killed. Ghost down 3v2 for Gretna. But they can't let it disappear. Truemu. A half a second left on the defuse and he dies. What a close game. And now Gretna back in the lead.
Yeah, that was amazing from Gretna, but the defenders just sort of, they just let it go. It's very hard to shut down that angle. Yes, they smoked it, but it just wasn't enough. You can shoot through smokes. They needed like a sage wall or a harbor ball, something that can block gunshots, because they can just use the minimap to ping the spike and then just spray through the smokes. It's very unfortunate. It's a very powerful spike.
We saw that exact thing happen, and just not the right eco for the moment. It was very hard to flush out that angle, which is why Gretna was playing on it so heavily. Gretna again, I have to give props to Gretna for learning how to work around this operator as well. Focus again going for the aggressive angle. It's worked so well for him in the previous rounds, but it's so risky, especially in 12 versus 11. But nope, he's backing off, playing it safe. He's not willing to risk such a dangerous early pick on himself. So it looks like we haven't seen much of A so far, but Gretna opting to seemingly rush A together, and looks like only Omen is there to answer with his smokes. But is it enough? Attacker Killjoy is coming out here to try to enable Gretna farther onto that point. But Euro clone, and he's in! Whoa! Aggressive from Swevon. Definitely trying to go for it's now or never play, but was it correct? Because now Gretna has point control and total angle control. A good flank could dismantle them here as they're getting R heavily utiled here. But a trade from Merlin and Juicebox. So now it's just left 2 versus 4 on the side of Gretna. And Focus evens that out to 4 versus 1. And then Flasher done with that op. And that is game. 13 and 11. Gotta really respect the almost comeback from Prep. But at the end of the day, they couldn't find a way to shut down that aggression from the Jet. And Gretna came out as our 3rd place champions.
Yeah, and that was a very close round, but I think the very aggressive play from Suevion just kind of lost them the round. It was a 4v5. There wasn't much they could do.
Exactly. So with that, 4th place is now Creighton Prep. Third place goes to Gretna. And coming up, we are going to have our first place match between
Westside
Westside and South
Sioux
Sioux City.
City.
So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.